Welcome back, gentlemen. Just going to do a quick recap for USA Turn 6. Ray bought a carrier with 2 fighters, 3 transports, and 5 infantry for the East Coast, and 1 destroyer for the West Coast. Ray took his tactical bomber from San Fran, moved it into the Aleutian Islands, took out Sean with no casualties. His aircraft carrier went up there as well, and he's landing his tack on that. He brought with him 2 transports full of 2 men and 1 mechanized and 1 artillery, and again he retook this without casualty, so that should be the picture in the Aleutian Islands. His strategic bomber went from Hawaii along with 2 subs into 16, took out Sean's destroyer. He moved a sub down from 10 into 26. He moved into 26 from 54 with a cruiser battleship, 1 transport carrying 2 men, and his carrier with a tank and a fighter up to 26 as well. I'll clean it up afterwards. He moved a destroyer into 30, I believe. That seems strange to me, Ray. If I'm wrong, let me know. Moved a destroyer into 31. That makes sense. Oh, I understand now. Yes, 30 does make sense strategically because there's a monster next to him. Why wouldn't it? He moved a transport from 54 into 35, retook the Philippines with 1 infantry. He also attacked Borneo. I don't have a casualty there. I may be wrong, but you moved into Borneo and you dropped off a man and an artillery unit, and I'm assuming you took out Ben's artillery unit without casualty. If I'm mistaken, please let me know about that. But that was it for the West Coast. As far as the East Coast, this is a little complicated. You brought a sub from 86 up to 91. You dropped off 1 man and 1 AA gun from that from Brazil. So for a grand total in Gibraltar of that right there. However, it was also joined by 3 other transports that came down from New York and dropped off 2 artillery pieces and 4 additional men for a grand total of 5 infantry, 2 artillery, 1 American AA gun. In C-Zone 91 for the United States, there should be 1 destroyer, 4 transports, and according to my calculations, 1 sub. You had 3 transports there already. You moved up into 110. You brought with you, in conjunction with what was in London, you came in with 4, 5, I believe it was 6 men, 1 tank, 1 artillery, and 3 mechanized. You attacked Holland, and it looks like you only took 1 casualty. So that which is currently in Holland that looks like Germans is no longer. It has now been replaced with a grand total after the battle of 4 infantry, 3 artillery, 3 mechanized, 1 artillery, and 1 tank. In this C-Zone, you will now have 5 transports, 1 cruiser, 1 battleship, 2 carriers, each carrying a fighter, and there's a small British contingent as well of 1 destroyer and 4 British transports after that battle. I believe that's all. Oh yeah, 1 question here too, Ray. I saw the battle that you rolled out, but I didn't see you take any casualties. I'm going to assume you killed a sub, which would leave you with an American destroyer. If I'm wrong about that, let me know, and I will correct it. You then placed a carrier in 110, along with 3 transports, 5 men. There's also an AA gun still there, and then 1 destroyer in C-Zone 10. That's the recap for the United States, Turn 6, and let me know if there's any mistakes.